What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd. It's been a couple weeks since I did this. Yeah. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another week of news, nerdetry, and Reapercon is this weekend. Woo! I'm so damn happy.
I want to see all the stuff.
I know.
Buy it. Every
the biggest little mini con.
But it's the perfect size of con for what it needs to do.
Every time we go, both Kat and I are always like, you know, we really should not spend a lot. This is the year that we don't spend any money, and then we go there and we're like, look at all the dice.
Oh my God.
It's always the dice.
Always the dice.
I'm sorry, I've gotten off on a tangent. We'll get right back over there. Thank you guys for joining us out there.
Yeah.
And if you are going to be in the Denton or Dallas area, go check out Reapercon. Tickets are only like $15 a piece. And trust me, it's wall-to-wall gaming stuff. And we'll be there over the weekend. Anyway, I am Jason the Expert. I'll do this thing by myself. That's Kat right there. Oh, she have purple hair.
I don't have anything. Hi, I'm here. I'm part of the Not By Himself crew.
And Annie Mae over here with this checker shirt on looking like...
There is something vaguely Little House on the Prairie about it, isn't there?
I was more thinking of like...
I just think it's funny that you were yelling about contrast earlier and you showed up in like a skin-colored shirt.
I didn't mean to.
Was she gonna go on and get y'all some moonshine from Steel down there?
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Of course, gonna do that. Anyway, speaking of working the board, turning the knobs, making everything look pretty, it's Cora.
Now, can't Rat say that that's wrong?
Oh, here we go, Jordan.
Oh.
And
Hey.
now I'm going to be stuck in this all night, so I hope y'all are ready for that. I've been listening to a lot of country today, so...
Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, Georgia's more like this
Oh,
if
my
you
goodness.
believe the movies, at least.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just going to throw it back to me.
She gonna have some sweet tea on the porch.
No, it's not sweet tea,
Absolutely.
it's sweet tea.
Oh.
You gotta get
that's
it right.
awful. That's worse than Texas. Texas, at least you know what you're saying when you say it.
DragonCon is
know
going
which
on
is
this
worse.
weekend. We're not there.
You do not understand how upset I am that I'm not a dragon.
Look, I understand we've all been vaccinated and everything, but DragonCon levels of interaction,
Yeah.
I don't know just yet.
Also depends on if they have everybody coming.
Oh, I've been seeing people that I know that are there.
Yeah.
Everybody is coming.
Reapercon has a mask mandate.
Yes, they do.
Just a heads up.
So does DragonCon.
Yeah,
good.
but still. Anyway, there's some good stuff going on this weekend. DragonCon maybe next year. Maybe next year.
I mean, whether we cover it or not, I'm going.
Yeah.
We'll go. Anyway, but thank you guys for joining us out there because we do want to talk a little bit about this little show that y'all might have heard of. It's on Disney Plus. Little show that I had a passing interest in called What If. I have been hooked. This is my new crack. I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning.
Every morning?
I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning to try to work out.
Okay.
But Wednesdays I get up and I watch What If first.
Yeah.
And we're up to 4 episodes on here, and it has not disappointed me. Which one has disappointed you?
They have, and this is somewhat predictable, they have a consistency issue. Because I didn't like the first episode, I loved the second episode, I didn't like the third episode, and I freaked out the fourth episode was so amazing.
What was the third episode?
It was the What If Earth's Mightiest Heroes all kicked in.
Oh, I like that
Sounds
one.
like you have a consistency issue.
Yeah.
You're like, they have a consistency issue because I didn't like. Maybe if you just changed your whole brain, like maybe it would just magically.
And then you would recognize
It's
the
the
show for the
audience's
greatness
fault,
that it is.
right?
What's the audience's fault?
If they don't like everything equally, it's got to be their fault, right? I think it is.
I like it all equally because it is those stories I've always talked about where the comics were different writers, different art teams and everything. And I mean, granted, it's all the same art style pretty much, but the different writers definitely comes forth in these shows.
It absolutely does, and that's my issue. Some of the dialogue, especially in the third episode, just seemed really, really stilted. In the first episode, we were talking about this, seemed almost a little insulting because there was kind of this, yeah, that would have been what happened if women could do real stuff. Lol, let's go back to the actual universe. Like, there was a little bit of that in it, and I don't know maybe it is just me, but it seemed very, very, just kind of, yeah.
So, okay, you didn't like the first episode.
Correct.
I didn't hate the first episode. I liked it. It wasn't... I had some issues, but I feel like the issues going into it were kind of unavoidable. I don't actually know what they could have done within the context of it. It's just, it seemed to kind of reflect on the issues that I have with some of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Of Marvel and how long it's taken them to put a female-fronted movie out and all of that. Like, I don't know within the episode how you address that, because I liked the episode. I liked that she was super violent, which made sense for where they were and what they had to accomplish.
I like Haley Atwell.
Love Haley Atwell.
Mm-hmm. Love Haley Atwell. Love the different reactions that men had. Everything from she's hot to she can't do this to who is this?
Hold on,
Okay.
wait. What do you mean? What couldn't she do? I'm sorry.
She could do everything, but Bradley Whitford didn't think. Not
Yeah.
Bradley Whitford. Bradley Whitford's character.
The general.
The
That was such
was
a giant
like-
douchebag to her.
Well, yeah. I mean, that
Yeah,
was that.
No, that's what she's talking about.
I'm talking about different characters' reactions
Oh.
to the concept were really interesting to me and pretty realistic. I feel like.
Yeah.
It's like if there's a point that dude needed to shut up. If she can charge a tank and flip it, shut up.
Well,
Do you have anybody
to
else?
shut up before she even went in
It's
there.
like, do you have anybody?
The older he gets, the more he plays roles that are extremely unlikable. That is the dad from Get Out. Was the one that played the general.
Oh,
Like,
oh.
yeah.
If you're a
yeah,
fan
that's that guy.
of a little show called The West Wing, he was Josh. He was one of the main characters.
And see, that was Tommy Lee Jones that originally played that character. I think they kind of changed him up a little bit too.
I think it's a different person.
Oh,
Because Bradley
is-
Whitford was also in one of the one-shots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's the same character. He was just a giant douchebag.
And the T'Challa Star-Lord episode is just like the world was a better place because T'Challa was in it. Also, he was a better Star-Lord in one episode
Absolutely.
than
It just
than
reminded
Chris.
me how much I don't care about Peter Quill. And so I deeply, deeply enjoyed that episode. Not, like, the concept was okay, but the execution was amazing.
Yeah, I just like that everybody was like, oh, also Demon Honshu, who plays
Yes.
Korvac.
Yes.
I love him.
Fangirling over him the whole episode.
God, that was the best part. He was the best part of the episode. Classic Star-Lord.
Absolutely.
And his best friend. And I'm like, and I had to actually look, that is Demon Honshu doing it.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes, it is. It is. Should I use the gun? Please, go ahead.
But the third episode, like, I liked the execution, or I liked the concept, but the execution was just really off for me. And part of it is that you don't have Iron Man and Black Widow, right? You have kind of, the Black Widow doesn't sound anything like,
Oh, well, no. She's not, and she's not going to.
She's not coming back. But that threw it off for me a little bit, and it just, the ending was cool, but the whole thing just kind of felt really off.
I will say that, like, I don't know if they intended it to be this way or if they don't care if it's this way or whatever, but for the most part, it just seems whatever you carry into the episode is going to affect how much you like it for all of us. To a large extent, and, like, I don't know if they care about that, or if they've accepted that it's going to happen, or if it's, like, your favorite stories, you're going to like it better. You know what I mean? Like, how do you avoid that?
My only thing is, like, people that think this is canon. Like,
Yeah.
they get confused about it. It's not canon at all. This is not Marvel
Seems
history.
particularly obvious with the fourth episode.
Yeah, it's none of these stories happen legitimately. Like,
Well, I mean, it's canon and it's not canon. What they're talking about is quantum theory. Like, the idea that universes branch off and whatever, but they focus for the most part on a single universe or how other universes right around them might impact that. So it's all the focus of a single universe. It could be canon, but it didn't happen here in this world, so it's not going to come up again.
Yeah.
either way, we're getting too far on it, but the show has been renewed for season 2. Corey, you haven't watched any of it yet, have you?
Please don't be mad at me, but I have not. I have not had a lot of time to freely watch a lot of things.
We're not
so.
mad at you. We're just
It
disappointed.
happens. Up until What If, I wasn't watching anything because I was watching Dimension 20 and Critical Role and nothing else for a good 6 months. So it happens.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I've been re-listening to a lot of podcasts, so that's been what I've been doing instead of What If.
That's fair.
Either way, I can't wait to see what they pull out for season 2 of this show. And go see Shang-Chi tomorrow.
I'm definitely excited for the rest of it. It's very difficult for me to predict if the next one is going to come out good or not.
I feel like I knew the Doctor Strange one would be good.
Wow.
Like in this case, for me, I thought that one would be good. That's the only one that I felt that way about. The other ones, like the T'Challa one, I felt like would probably maybe be good, but also I saw a ton of reviews before I even saw it.
Yeah.
People were blowing up about it, so I was like, okay, this one's going to be good.
It was pretty much universally loved.
Yeah.
Because it was Chadwick.
How can you not be behind that? Like, Black Panther was such a good movie, and every time he's touched anything in any movie, his part has been amazing. So
I really didn't care about Civil War except for him.
I was so excited for that character to come into the cinematic universe. And plus the first costume, I think, was the best.
And then they went to Busan.
It was so wonderful.
Jason, is that one that you and I went to go see in the theater?
I'm pretty sure we went to go see Civil War, yeah.
It was, because, like, when he showed up, I didn't know who it was, because I'd never heard of Black Panther, and you basically, like, slapped my arm off with excitement, going,
Yeah, when he jumped across the roof, I was like...
That happened to me in 2012.
It's right here.
And then he was beating the hell out of Bucky.
Oh, yeah. That happened to me in 2012. I went to go see The Avengers with my friend Derek, and he was like, "It's Thanos!" And I was like, I don't know who the purple guy is.
who's the chicken nugget?
Yeah, I don't really. He turned around and smiles, and I was like, I don't care about this. And it turns out I did.
I was so mad after Civil War because I was excited for the storyline. It's one of my favorite storylines, and I love the idea that you have Tony Stark on the side of regulation and oversight because of his experiences, and you have Captain America on the side of maybe the government shouldn't get involved on his experiences, and I love that tension. And then I got really mad because the whole movie was about Bucky. Like,
There are ideological differences here.
that are more
Just kidding.
relevant than
Just
they
kidding.
were even when they were written.
Yeah.
And they were like, just kidding, this is up all
not
night to
his-
get Bucky.
Yeah.
Hey.
But enough gushing about all things Marvel, because, I actually got some DC stuff to talk about. Like, yes.
Sure.
Anyway, let's kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. So first,
I was pointing at the camera to tell you that's where you were going to be looking.
Whoops, whoops.
My bad.
I took a stage direction, and I did what I was usually going to do when that happens, but,
Timing is not your strong suit.
apparently... mine!
No, I'll take responsibility on that one. I didn't think about it. Anyways,
So-
Jason, what's your first story?
So apologies, because yesterday I was going to stream on our Twitch channel a little bit of Destiny 2, because they just, they opened up crossplay, they're opening up voice chat across crossplay as well, and the new season is out, and I wanted to do some achievements, killed some time on Twitch. Sadly, their servers were down, so I wasn't able to do that. However, I did not know that yesterday was a day off Twitch, and I would have really felt bad had I gone live. Basically, Twitch streamers are asking, well, not asking, Twitch needs to do better, especially about some of the hate content on the channels and how people are banned and restricted. And a lot of Twitchers are finally, Twitchers, anyway,
streamers.
are asking people to log off of Twitch for a day. Now, how did that affect? Well, the numbers are in. IGN has a very good article on this. About 14,000 channels were not live yesterday that would normally have been live on Twitch. This is a significant impact to their viewership, and if you were live that day, maybe you didn't know, like me, I'm an idiot. It resulted in about 1 million fewer hours of content, which has been noticed by Twitch. Now, whether they do something or not is a whole other story. They do have a they have been having a conversation about it on their Twitter channel. It's been just basically words at this point. But we see a lot of conversation about botting, hate raids, and other forms of harassment targeting marginalized creators. You're asking us to do better, and we know we need to do more to address these issues. That includes an open and ongoing dialogue about creator safety. However, nothing has been done. So, because of this, they said this actually came down to a 5 to 15% drop in viewership on Twitch's side on yesterday. Now, how much does that affect them? Monetarily wise, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure it was a chunk enough for them to notice. Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think this went far enough.
They're going to have to start paying some attention pretty soon. They have major streamers joining YouTube or dropping out.
That's the other thing I was going to bring up. A lot of their streamers are going to YouTube because while YouTube is a longer established platform with more gears in the works already to handle this kind of thing, all Twitch has to do really is follow suit, as far as I'm concerned. These people leaving like millions of subscriptions and viewers on Twitch behind for YouTube.
Well, and YouTube is not more established in this streaming space.
No, but as far as like maybe
Hosting
moderation
content.
and everything, they are.
Oh, to some extent, in that they're easier to ignore, if nothing else.
So, like I said, if they haven't done anything, I always like to say, if they haven't done anything yet, then we haven't gone far enough.
It's hard to take Twitch's statements in good faith because they have been the opposite of transparent with any of their policies. Apparently, Dr. Disrespect is making a documentary about getting kicked off Twitch last year and what happened. Those are rumors that I read. They weren't rumors in that somebody reported them, but I don't know who it was. I can't source them, and I'm not saying it's fact, but it's out there. He wants to say what happened.
I really didn't pay a lot of attention to Doc, honestly, when he was on Twitch, but once this whole thing went down, he did kind of get my attention a little bit more.
I'm not endorsing his content.
No, absolutely not.
He has a persona that I find a little grating. We've met him. He's a nice dude.
Seems nice, yeah.
But I do understand he also is kind of playing a character. Clearly, he has a mullet. So
he is, and I kind of respect his devotion to that character. His content is not my style of things, so I don't know, other than major incidents, what kind of person he is, what he's promoting, or whatever. But he's a big name, and he's getting out there.
And they ran him off that platform. I mean,
we don't know if it was justified. Maybe it was, but we know there was
a
lot of clarity around it.
Either way, should another, as far as we're concerned, should there be another boycott of Twitch of this sort, we are participating. Hope it doesn't follow one of our streaming days. On one of our streaming days, we'll just go over to YouTube then, because we do have a YouTube channel here.
I think they'd probably focus mostly on weekdays, for instance. Weekends, there are more content creators, but they're not the ones with the most subs. The most subs are doing weekdays, for the most part. I imagine that's based off no research.
Which also, we appreciate all the views that we have gotten on our D&D campaign that is playing on Twitch. It's very good. This is the DM if you haven't watched any of them. And they're also on this channel. So. But anyway, that's all I have to say about Twitch. Kat, what you got this week?
Since we're talking about drama in the gaming community, let's talk about Smash Brothers. Okay, so there are essentially two directions that you can go if you're going to do tournament brackets and ranked players, right? There's three, but two major ones. One of them is that you can be ranked in the top whatever through systems that include independent local events with requirements 50 plus players, and then you win a couple of those, and then you're in the ranking system. That's how Smash does theirs. This is as opposed to franchise models or other league sponsored models. They do that one. So Smash Brothers has one of these local tournaments, and it has to have so much clout. So recently, a guy named William B. noticed that there was somebody in his state, a Sheik Maine, that he was not familiar with at all, and he's also ranked very high, and he was like, who is this guy? Who's Makoto? Or Makoto? So, he started looking into him and why he was ranked. He had 2 registered tournament wins of like 50 players. And he's like, I didn't even hear about these. So he started looking into one of them, Traverse City Smackdown. And he noticed how many of the accounts were like private or like unregistered in the system. Or like maybe some sort of Smurf account. And so he looked up another guy who was supposed to attend named Thunderblade. And Thunderblade was like, yeah, I showed up. It wasn't a real space. Like, there's not really anything. They were able to figure out pretty quickly that this guy had faked both of the tournaments that he won with all fake accounts and or Smurf accounts and fake accounts, maybe a couple of real ones in there, but like maybe some friends, who knows. So yeah, I don't really know what the moral of this story is. It seems like by and large the system kind of does actually work because your peers are going to be,
Wow.
they're going to want to find you out. But I don't know what this guy's plan was.
Me neither.
You dirty mother.
That is wild.
I think it's kind of hilarious, I'm not going to lie. Like, I guess, for the clout or whatever. But it goes so hand in hand with a certain type, and this isn't all of them, a certain type of toxic gamer dude who's like, I should be ranked way higher.
I totally won this tournament.
This is like...
There's like 1,000 players in there.
Yeah, this is...
I beat them all.
This is where that ends. The guys who are like, I should be diamond, I should be grandmaster, and I'm like, no, you shouldn't. It's like, what if I faked the tournament? Then I could get in with all the other people who are at the rank I should be. I don't know. It's funny. It happened. They found him out.
Totally went to like the Kumite, won the whole thing.
Cheating happens in esports, like, it's not widespread, but it is in every community. Somebody's trying to figure out a way to game the system.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny to see a new way of what that might look like.
That is wild.
That is pathetic.
I think it's hilarious. I'm like, good for you, I guess.
I mean,
Props to the guy that showed up to a fake tournament and was like, I don't. There's nobody
something's not
here.
right here.
Like,
I was laughing.
What's going on here?
I was laughing at how far beyond the name Thunderblade
Yeah.
is, who is the guy that showed up to a tournament who wasn't there, but like, I'm not making fun of him. Like, you do your whole badass self.
Part of me appreciates the grift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little bit.
The hustle.
But I feel like you have to have a better system for what the back end looks like for legitimacy's sake.
Yeah.
Maybe he just like won a bet or something. Who knows?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's the Smash Bros drama.
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros. Breeding drama since its inception.
That is definitely true. Done a lot for esports, done a lot against esports, just kind of done a lot.
Yeah.
Dramatic and very, it's like a My Chemical Romance concert kind of, because you have some of the cool people who like the music, but you also have a lot of the kids who it's their first intro and they have so many feelings and they can't quite handle them yet.
So many feelings.
Nothing wrong with being young and at one of those shows, but you see a lot of like, I'm tough and angry and life has been unfair kind of vibes.
Angel Blade.
Mm-hmm.
And then Helena plays and they just start crying.
I start crying.
I start crying.
Yeah, I mean,
But we're old, so it doesn't matter.
yeah.
They're just a little alarmed, like, who's that weirdo? Do you think she lost her kid? Anyway, that's that story.
All right, so it is that time of year again, folks.
Spooky, scary.
It's also that time of year, but it's the time of year. I'm wearing spider earrings. It's the time of year that we all take a moment to look back, look within ourselves, and ask ourselves the question: do I have to start watching the Arrowverse again? It's that time of year because another kind of really exciting casting has happened. Bridget Regan was cast as Poison Ivy for the Batwoman TV show. That name rings a bell. If you watched Agent Carter, she was the Russian spy. And if you watched a show called Legend of the Seeker in 2009, she was the confessor.
That was awful.
It was awful, but she
effects.
was so pretty, and it was like one of the early adopters of
Did you watch all of Legend of the Seeker?
Oh, absolutely. It was one of the early adapters of that, Zack Snyder, we're gonna do combat in slow motion so you can watch your hair whip back and forth. It was
time.
bullet time. Exactly.
It was also the very, very early stages of people getting really excited about green screen, but not adequately modeling things so the actors knew where their eye lines should be and stuff.
Yes.
So there's a lot of
oh my god,
far away looks.
It's also
and
military
crossed eyes.
dominatrixes. It was a really complicated show.
I know.
It was.
It's
It
kind
had
of
3 amazing elements, and the rest of the show was trash.
It's kind of amazing and kind of absolute trash. It goes a little more towards absolute trash, but it was ambitious, and I respect
The
that.
point being, Bridget Regan is absolutely perfect for Poison Ivy. She's got that kind of strange, angular face that Poison Ivy kind of has to have. And I personally would like to see live-action Poison Ivy that wasn't really creepily done, like in Gotham, or really dumb, like in any of the 90s Batman movies. I would like to see a cool live-action Poison Ivy, and I think that she could pull it off, so I'm once again asking myself, do I have to watch an Arrowverse show again? Because it's been a couple of years, and I don't think they've gotten any better.
I too have fallen away from the Arrowverse.
It's been, I will tune in every 6 months to a year where they're doing Crisis on Infinite Time, Earth 626, whatever, and I'll watch a couple episodes and I'll be like, oh, that's
I
rough.
watched Titans.
Titans. I watched the first season of Titans.
And I'll be watching Doom Patrol when it comes back. Anyway, sorry.
I want to see a Poison Ivy that's the closest I've seen is actually in the Harley Quinn show, the animated one.
Yes.
That's I want to see a Poison Ivy that is hardcore environmentalist who takes things too far, because that's where we are.
Yeah.
That is by far, besides animated series, my favorite Poison Ivy.
I'd like
and
to see a
Harley
live
Quinn.
action that's an interesting one. And I know that she's hard to do because, plants.
Oh, yeah.
Nudists.
But, first of all, you have to step away from, the Ivy thing being the whole costume.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really in the Harley Quinn series. I mean, it's there, but
No, she's talking about live action.
Live action.
She said it
much
in live
more
action.
difficult in live action.
I mean, they've gotten away from it in the comics a bit too.
Yeah.
Actually putting her in
That's true.
a leotard or something, actual clothing,
Or
and,
even clothes.
and full covering. So
I feel like she'd be in
still leave the leaves on there.
Woven natural fibers and Birkenstocks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see her leaving
With
some
patterned
plant
socks.
elements on the costume, so she can instantly
There's an argument that she would go full leather because
No.
there's an argument for it because it doesn't hurt, because leather is actually worse for the environment.
She might do human hair or something.
Because cows are so bad for the environment, and she cares about animals less than she cares about animals probably more than humans, but less than plants. So plant-based fibers might feel weird to her.
Yeah, it's probably humans, animals, and then plants for her. So.
Absolutely.
Right, but leather is screw these people at least, because everything else is some sort of plant fiber.
That's true.
What episode is she supposed to be making her debut in? Or do they even say?
That I don't think they said.
Okay, it's just we know she's coming.
Absolutely.
Okay. Usually I like to precede it a little bit and say episode 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
But cool. Always good to see some other comic characters in these shows,
Absolutely.
'Cause-
Even if we're a little suspicious about the shows themselves.
Ooh, that's why we don't watch anymore. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cora, did you have anything this week, or you running board for us?
I just have one quick thing, but I don't have a picture because I am a disaster. And it's
you
just
are.
that the event for Final Fantasy XIV The Rising is going on. Currently, it will be ending very soon. Please be sure to do this event if you do none of the other events this year. It is one that is always very touching. It's mostly kind of a thank you for playing kind of event for the players. And in universe, it is a remembrance of the calamity that caused all of the problems. I think it was like 10 years ago. Probably wrong on years. I'm bad at numbers. But the event centers around making a special kind of gift to give around to the people of Ul'dah, the city where it's taking place, out of flowers, specifically in remembrance of those who have passed. And it's very sweet, and I cried twice. Thank you.
Oh.
And that's all I've got. Please do the event. You get an umbrella too. So.
I thought you wrote a story about that somewhere. Somewhere I see a little website, supercoolnerdshow.com.
I hear it's an up-and-comer.
I hear it's doing pretty well, by the
I
way.
actually do have a quick view of the event coming up later tonight too.
Oh,
So.
cool. But we do have some interest. Nate has actually been writing some stories on the website too. Mostly toys, which is fine. I welcome that content.
Man, I feel like you guys are like luckier in some way with toys, because I've been sitting there like, what content should I do? What movies are new? And it's like, well, I'm not going to see that. But like toys, like there's a regular intake of them, which makes the inciting event to write a story easier.
I absolutely could do better on things on there. So, like Doom Patrol, like once I start writing something, I'm like usually good. Like talking about Doom Patrol, which Madame Mask, the Brain, Monsieur Mala, the big gorilla. So we get another talking gorilla on the show, which is great.
Another
Hooray.
talking gorilla on the show.
Yeah, I like talking gorillas. Like Gorilla Grodd. Who's talking?
I hate talking gorilla. No, I like one talking gorilla.
Oh, what
He
talking
is
gorilla?
a scientist.
Grape
He
Ape?
is a scientist. Winston.
Oh, he's a monkey. Scientist. Whatever. Anyway, okay. Back over to me. Well, one show I am excited. Well, actually, I said before that the Injustice video game, if you take all the cutscenes from it and just watch them back to back, it's the best Justice League movie that I had seen that year. And also, I mean, this game was super popular, spawned a lot of fighters back, a sequel, a comic series from DC, and now someone has decided I need to squeeze some more money out of that because we're getting an Injustice animated movie. We will see the first scenes from that in DC's upcoming Fandome event, but I got press on this too, so we do have a little bit of the casting news for it. So Justin Hartley will be playing the role of Superman. We've seen him from This Is Us and Smallville. Anson Mount, one of my favorite actors, will be playing Batman. I know, right? Some of the other, Janet Varney, we've seen her on Legend of Korra, will play Wonder Woman. Brandon Michael Hall will be Cyborg. Kevin Pollak is playing the Joker. A lot of really good names on this, but in case you are unawares of what Injustice is, imagine if Superman finally did what Batman should have done years ago and off the Joker.
I played both. They're great.
They are absolutely
it's a great
story, games, and the story is.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they made too much. Oh no, he killed the Joker, and now Superman has gone bad. No, he could have just whacked the Joker and been done with it. Thank you.
No, he can't.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. Like I saw this comic writer. She posted on Twitter. Somebody posted like, "Oh, if Joker ever came in contact with the Avengers, he'd be a real problem for him." And she posted, if the Joker dropped into the Marvel Universe on a Monday morning, the Punisher would kill him by Tuesday evening.
Exactly. Exactly. That is exactly what I was going to say. He's gone.
The Punisher and Deadpool show up and they're like, we're on the same side, I guess. Anyway, off this one.
Like, no.
And he also said, and none of the Avengers would even blink an eye. They'd be like, oh well.
Oh no.
Daredevil and Spider-Man might say something. Iron Man's going to look at that and finish his Wheaties.
Exactly. Captain America's going to look at it and be like, whoops.
But anyway, if you have not played the Injustice games, you probably can get them very cheap. Made from NetherRealm Studios, the same people responsible for Mortal Kombat. They are excellent. And the story is fantastic. The fighting is great. I love this game series.
The voice acting is fantastic.
Get some of the trade paperbacks. They're actually very good. Some almost what-if-ish style stories as well. And the one thing I am concerned with an Injustice movie, though, is the thing about the games, there was a bit of a more violent element than we see normally in the DC universe. Mm-hmm. Like, especially with like what happened to Shazam.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I don't think the DC Home Entertainment line has had a problem with pushing the envelope on violence, so I have a lot of confidence there. And this is also a really good voice cast. There's a couple people playing a lot. Our girl, well, actually, Farhan Tahir is actually playing Ra's al Ghul.
Nice.
Yes.
I love him.
And hang on, our girl Laura Bailey is playing Lois Lane. Sadly, she's playing Lois Lane in this movie.
It's okay. I don't care. She's anywhere.
But,
And she's everywhere.
we got
She's
Yuri
nice,
Lowenthal.
so
Ben
great.
10 is going to be Mirror Master, Flash, and Shazam. He's pulling a lot of duty in there.
I'm a little bit sad
Duty.
Talison's
Duty.
not coming back to Flash.
It does. It will be releasing on Home Entertainment. I'm just trying to figure out what was that date, and I don't have it.
Would you
anymore.
be down for an R-rated version?
Absolutely, I would be down for an R-rated
Why
version.
would they
So,
rate it? Like,
the,
they don't
uh,
rate a lot of their
this-
animated stuff. Some of it they do.
so the sneak peek we'll see at DC's Fandome. That'll be Saturday, October 16th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The movie itself will be releasing October 19th on 4K and Blu-ray, which I actually buy these movies just because I do. A lot of the animated stuff they make is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It seems like there's no real stakes in it too. Like I can
If you
watch
don't
this and
have the
enjoy it.
money, though, usually they come out on HBO within 6 months.
I probably should start letting that go, but I do want to watch them. So let's get the review.
No, I totally get that, but
But
I watched 4 of them in a row one day, like just went through like 6 months.
Injustice, I probably will get just because I have enjoyed everything they've done so
It's
far.
great.
So yeah, look for that DC Fandome, man. Coming October 19th. Look for a review on supercoolnerdshow.com.
Absolutely.
Cat.
If you are a fan of Horizon Zero Dawn and you're looking forward to getting Horizon Forbidden West, look forward to the level of research you have to do to buy a car where there's just too many options. They announced today that there will be no free upgrade, no, what is it called? It's called digital entitlement from
get
the
it on one system
PS4 to the PS5 if you get the standard or special editions of Horizon Forbidden West. However, if you have the digital deluxe regala or collector's editions,
Oh my
then
God.
digital entitlement is included between the systems. Otherwise, I read somewhere, and I don't know if this is true, that if you get the special edition, that you can pay $10 extra and get the bootable copy, and you can still play them in disc form on either or.
Dude.
So you could transfer kind of, but it doesn't have your game data, and it doesn't have all the PS5 features. So you can play the PS4 one on the PS5 if you have the disc edition of the PS5. It's so muddled.
Look.
It is a disaster. There is currently standard and special for the PS4 and the PS5, so that's 4, and then if you add in digital deluxe, regala, and collectors, that's 7 different versions of this game that you can purchase.
With one of them has a mammoth statue, and then another one has a different mammoth statue.
Oh yeah,
and,
but that has to do with pre-orders.
Oh my god.
The level of research to buy a car.
Y'all have gone too far. Look, I'm used to a game. Three editions,
Yeah.
super expensive one for the people that are I'm buying everything associated with this game. If a Suikoden game came out,
Yeah.
Cora would buy every version that she could, including the top dollar versions.
I do not enjoy being called out in this way.
Would you like for someone else to also be called out?
Yes.
So God of War,
Yes.
when it comes out,
Yes.
which one do you want?
We want the best one.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
the
we all
other
have our
issue.
kink, all right? But this is too far. You have 9 different. No, at this point, I'm I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want. No.
Also,
give me the game.
don't
Just give me the
forget
game.
that a year and a half later, they'll come out with a computer port where the faces of the people in the background move at a different speed than each other. Different frame rates.
Now, granted, if they said
And where ray
here's
tracing is just a guy named Ray that runs around and writes on the screen. They're it's a new feature. We did it.
Now, granted, they came out and said here's a 1/12 scale Aloy action figure with a bunch of okay, damn, don't even tell me how much. Swipe this damn card. Give me that. But this, oh my god.
This is my issue with these things. Like, they have a version that's called Digital Deluxe. There's no, like, instinctual difference between something called Digital Deluxe and something called Special.
Yeah.
Like, and also, Collectors is usually the highest tier of something.
Yeah.
But what does Regala even mean? Like, I don't know, because I didn't play the first one, but, like...
I did. It doesn't mean anything.
Like, you gotta do 3. 1 basic, 1 top tier with everything, and then, like, a version that, like, has, like, a season pass on it or something like that.
You know who the real victims of this are? Parents buying their kids video games.
Yeah, parents / grandparents.
They're gonna mess this up so bad.
And those, like, and a lot of kids would be grateful, but there's gonna be those spoiled kids too who are like, you got me standard, and I wanted the Regala version or the Collectors at least, and they're like, I wasn't even aware.
I actually have a follow up on that because I have seen a grandparent go in there and like they were trying to get, I was at a GameStop. Yeah, I'm calling out GameStop.
Yeah.
And they were trying to buy the game, and the GameStop associate kept upselling too much. And the parent was like, "Oh, that's way too much money," and they left the store with nothing. And you can see the GameStop employee kind of like, "Crap." Like, you pushed the button too much. Like, they were like, "That's too much money," and just left. There is a disappointed child somewhere. And I forget what game it was, but I was just looking at the dude like, because mind you, I'm waiting while they explain all this while I try to pay for my 1 action figure, and I was just like, wow.
Bruh.
Maybe reel it back a little next time.
Get it together.
Oh no, I said really whiff that one, didn't you? And he looked like, I was like, Trump, bring up the figure.
Yeah.
Get 1 sale today.
Like, that was the worst thing I've seen. Like, they went too far. They were like, oh, I can't pay $100 for that. No, and they just walked out the store. Like, this lady was not having it.
I mean, technology as a commission sale is very iffy with, like, the people who walk in, especially, it tends to be older people in one of 2 categories. You have the ones that are, like, what I call my dad, who are like, I don't know how any of this works, okay? And their hands physically up and back, like, I don't know, who feel stupid even though they're not, for just information they don't have. And you have the other type that are like listening but are not convinced they can learn any of the information that you give them, and are like expect you to judge them. Like, don't put tech on commission.
It was Spider-Man. That's what it was.
Yep, that'll do it.
It was all the other crap with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Anyway, but wow, I'll take just my regular edition of Horizon Forbidden West, please. That's it, unless they do an action figure. Somebody jump on this. I don't know this.
Seriously, we've been waiting a while.
This like popped into my head today. I was looking at some, like, I got the Siri action figure here, and I was like, cool video game. Wait a second. Like, I don't know why. I was like, where's my damn Aloy figure with a bow, a spear?
They're probably arguing with how hot to make her face. Like, after the gamers were like, you're like, oh, this one's so pretty.
And she needs soft plastic hair because she has a lot of hair, and you still need to be able to.
She does have it, yeah.
There's a lot of detail that would go into that.
There's an argument that you want to make the full old school fabric, like doll.
No, that's gonna be soft goods.
Not for you.
Like, put just a few in the figure, like a couple of elements, but not
like her skirt.
Apart, like this Anakin figure, like the under part here is like soft goods, but the rest is like a softer plastic. That's what you would have to do for, I think, for an Aloy.
Anakin's wearing heels.
Got to get taller. Anyway,
gotta get to the.
It was because Obi-Wan was, and he didn't. Yeah.
You're up.
All right, you want a simple version?
Sure.
PlayStation Now, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 to 12.
Heck yeah.
That's
just on
not
PlayStation
all
Now?
the
Not yet.
I'm like, there's got to be dates. There's got to be. That's not enough information.
Can you see where my mind was going? Like, this show's over. Get out of that chair.
Yeah. They're coming. I forgot to look up when it was happening.
Damn it! Because I was like, well, my day is planned now.
It's this month.
I will tell you guys, if you, like me, played PlayStation Now at the beginning, and were very angry with a lot of super buggy features that it had,
Yeah.
like freezing and sound feedback loops and like all this stuff. They have by and large
Greatly
resolved
improved.
those.
I know I was playing Ninja Gaiden, and wow, I was getting pissed because it was like stopping.
Yeah.
And I was getting mad, and I stopped, and then like I guess a couple months later, I was like, let's go for more punishment and see how it is. And they had fixed it. But yeah, you're absolutely right.
I had the same issue with Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
But back to Final Fantasy.
But
Yeah,
not all of
Final
the
Fantasy
games.
7 September 7th,
Oh.
8 October 5th, 9 November 2nd, 10 and 10-2 December 7th, and Final Fantasy 12 January 4th.
I want to play 8 again so bad.
I do, except for the draw system. I do
I'll still go for-
love Final Fantasy 9, but I can play it right now because I've got
I want to
Xbox
play
Game Pass.
play Sad Boy Squall.
He's so sad. He's so cute.
I'm like, we
I've
haven't
only
even
played
finished
3
God
of
of War
these
2.
games.
Huh?
True.
I've only played 3 of these games.
3 is enough.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's cool. But X and X2, well, 10 and
I don't give a
10-2.
sh-
We
I
keep saying
don't care
X.
about 10-2.
Look.
I've never played 10-2, even though
It's not a good game.
Look,
Look.
okay, no, look, okay,
Okay.
look,
something for
look. 10-2,
Here we
plot-wise, awful. There is no plot.
Thank you.
Is it fun to play dress up with the hot girl characters? Absolutely, because they're also adorable, and I love them as characters. And it's just really fun to have a fun, like, little girl adventure
That's fair.
with Riku, most of all, because I love her the most, Yuna, and of course, Pain.
I'd like to just go ahead and say that I knew something
you.
profoundly gay was about to be said from her mouth.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I mean,
not in the derogatory, like something
gay.
very
Oh,
gay.
absolutely. No, as if in this is her
Like-
thing.
Like
I would like to
some
refer-
homosexual stuff.
Did you hear how she said and pain?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Nobody's judging you. I've always,
Yeah, I knew what was coming.
I've always kind of gone gaga over some of their women are just so ethereal
but I-
and like
Also, the dress fear
otherworldly.
system was just really fun.
It was.
Yeah, I played all through 10, but I never played 10-2, which honestly I am kind of the demographic for that, you know.
Yeah.
Give me a game with
Fair.
with 4 hot girls, you know. Okay, I should
3.
be the demographic. Huh?
3 major.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3 major.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Raider Hot Girls.
Yeah, I am in the crowd for this game, but I just never did. I don't know why.
That's why I liked Final Fantasy. Like 6 is that there's so many dudes. There's so many like hot different types of guys, whether they're like the like, you know, all by the book and by the rules and we have to do things this way, or whether they're like a thief rogue type, or whether
if they're
like a shadow
clown
ninja,
dictator.
or like
Oh no.
or like trying to ascend to godhood with a creepy laugh. That's not a hot guy. He is one of my favorite villains of all
He is a
time.
great villain.
I can actually play through 7 and actually get Vincent this time.
How dare you not get the best
She was so
character?
mad at me when I
Look,
told her
I
about
can
it.
Okay.
cry over blank in Final Fantasy 9.
And it's worse how I did it. I had already finished 7 and moved on. I come over to a buddy of mine's room, and it was when I was in the military, and he had Vincent. I was like, "Who the hell is that guy?" And he's like, "What do you mean? Who is that guy?" I was like, Who's the red dude? You finished this game, right? Yes. And then everybody was like, "You never got Vincent." I was like, "Vincent who?" And it's like he has this gun and everything. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
"Well, that guy's cool."
inexcusable.
Also,
It's like playing Chrono Trigger and not getting Magus. Like, what is wrong with you?
Which
Also-
one introduces the gunblade? Wasn't it 7?
It's 8.
8?
Yes.
Enjoy the dynamic, terrible science
Would not
explanation
work
for the
in
thing that is a
88
spirit
anyway.
gun that works because magic is more powerful than physics, but also we tried to make physics work, but it
Imagine
doesn't.
if bayonets were backwards.
yeah. Also, I just want to point out with Vincent, the reason he is the best character to get
Oh, jeez.
is the fact that he is so incredibly dramatic and sad that it is really just funny. I mean, your first intro to meet him is him coming out of his little coffin thing, walking up the wall, and then just literally falling back into the coffin and talking to you like nothing happened. How can you not want?
I'm going to get her a I Love...
Mondays.
I'm going to get her a I Love Sad Boys shirt.
It's
Yeah.
like
Hey!
it's like if What We Do in the
That's
Shadows
good.
was a character in Final Fantasy.
Yes, actually.
100% be Vincent.
I'm so excited to watch that tonight, too.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
And it's back.
I have to watch it on Hulu, so
I
Okay, sure.
personally think that it's his best work.
great.
What's his
Yeah.
face?
All right, we're going to get through the rest of our story, so we're
Oh,
getting
yes.
close to time here. I believe I had one more, and...
Wait, what about? Oh, wait, no, you did. You went. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Jason,
we
it's
already
your
know
turn.
our lives are over once
Okay.
those games come out on PlayStation now.
Mhm.
Ah.
We're going to be playing some sort of Final Fantasy. But the last one I have is, we're all excited for a new season of Star Trek Picard. We have already announced that John Delancey will, well, we didn't announce it, they announced it, will be coming back as Q, but we have another,
announced it.
a new face of a returning face. And that is the Borg Queen will be a part of this next season of Picard, and its cast is, I'm trying to get her name here. Why can't I? Annie, I was trying, it's Wershing? Annie Wershing will be the new Borg Queen. She is the third.
Annie Wershing.
Annie Wershing. Yes. She was in Runaways.
I need to check something.
Oh, she did the motion capture for Tess.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Annie Wershing.
Annie Wershing.
She was also in 24.
Oh, that's right. She wasn't 21. Well, she will be the third person to take on the
Cat.
role of the Borg Queen, which, yes.
She's good.
Oh, yeah. She absolutely is.
Yeah.
Especially, like, this will be, I mean, she's going to be a lot of prosthetic work.
Right.
Like, we don't know how we're going to see her. I suspect she will be in full Borg Queen regalia.
Yeah.
But we do have the episode where Picard did become part of the Borg, Locutus. So that's always been in the back of his mind. So I'm excited for this. Is she going to be a threat? Is she going to be a figment of his imagination? I don't know, but honestly, I could see her. I could possibly deal with her for 2-3 episodes.
Seasons.
I don't like the Borg, like, as a story. It's kind of whatever. I like her, and I think it's interesting they're bringing in somebody who's motion captured adept, even though you would think they'd be mostly prosthetics. Maybe they're going to do some of both. Who knows?
Yeah.
Uh,
I liked the storyline last season, though. It was largely centered around the Borg.
Which also we have
7
not.
of 9. Do we know if she's coming back?
I mean, she better.
She was amazing.
I would like her to come back, please.
Yeah.
But we still don't have a trailer or an announcement for the date of Picard. But you can enjoy Lower Decks. It's running right now, and I do actually enjoy Lower Decks. So yes, our third Borg Queen, Annie Wershing, welcome to the cast of
she
Picard.
looks exactly like the last one.
She does.
Like, just in the face.
I'm excited. I like the...
Very talented
Yeah.
actress.
I'm happy to see them show up for an episode. I'm happy for some of the stuff that surrounds them, some of the questions about spirit and the existential nature of people and all that. And just like when they're front and center, it's like it's a big cube.
I'd like to see her as a character, not like some, like, in his mind
Yeah.
thing. I want to see a legit, like, maybe even a threat. We'll see. Anyway.
All I can hear is John Mulaney being like, Borg Queen. Could be a threat. Who knows?
Maybe a nursery.
Maybe a nursery.
All right, you're up, buddy.
That's all I got. I
Oh.
had 2 stories.
Alrighty. Is it me then?
It's you.
So, Netflix horror, right? Guillermo del Toro. Horror. Del Toro obviously is going to be doing Pinocchio, which I didn't know is not live action. It's also is live action.
Oh, okay.
But it also has maybe some elements of claymation, which I thought was interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Could be awful, could be amazing. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is 10 After Midnight, which is his Netflix anthology series. They announced some directors today that I thought was really interesting and just wanted to highlight a couple of them. Anna Lily Amirpour, who directed a couple of episodes of Twilight Zone, including the one with Jurnee Smollett.
Didn't she direct the really meta one too? The one that like
Not
Twilight
that
Zone?
one, but there's another, the Traveler one, the one with Stephen Yeun. She directed that one. She's also directed a couple episodes of Castle Rock, which was a Stephen King TV show. Jennifer Kent, who directed The Babadook, along with the lead actress from The Babadook. They will be reuniting for one of these episodes. Catherine Hardwicke, who directed Twilight, is coming. She's a good director.
I
But
feel like it's Like, it's impossible to
Yeah,
tell.
you couldn't redeem Twilight, and she's directed other stuff that's really good. Also,
Trust her cinematographers.
Vincenzo Natali, who
Vincenzo,
directed
probably.
Cube. Vincenzo Natali, who directed Cube, and also directed several episodes of Hannibal TV show, which was amazingly
season?
directed. I think 2 and 3. Along with Guillermo Navarro, who was the cinematographer for Pan's Labyrinth. These are interesting names to me that he's pulling out and pulling up and kind of combining some of these elements that have worked before. So I'm really excited about this Netflix series. I don't think we have a date yet on when it's coming out. They started shooting in June.
I love anthology series.
Yeah.
I like Twilight Zone, things
Yeah.
like that. All but this, I'm so ready.
There is none of those directors are unaware of the impact that shot composition has on emotion. Like, that's a weird thing to pull out of it. But, like, they all have used, including Twilight, have used some very interesting compositions and flow to their storytelling, which fits very well with Del Toro's style. That he likes to go wide, and he likes to spend a lot of money, but it's worth it frequently for the shots that he gets and the story he sets up. And also, Babadook was terrifying, so I'm interested to see some of the hardcore horror episodes. I assume that they won't all be hardcore horror. He tends to like hammer at it and then pull back, so should be fun.
It's gonna be interesting.
I believe we have one more thing to cover, though. A trailer that you had loaded up.
Yes.
I would like more information.
I think it's the Wheel of Time. Like, it's, we have the trailer?
Yes, we do.
Yep, we have it playing right now.
I don't know. I'm really excited. I know so many nerds are absolutely crazy about this book series, including Eric Longquist's Doa. They're absolutely mad for this series. Our brother Cameron loves this series. It looks like a little bit higher fantasy than Game of Thrones, so maybe kind of The Witcher-esque.
Is Wheel of Time, is that Sanderson? It's not, right?
I don't think so, but it's
the other
something but Brandon Sanderson likes it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It looks wild. I have no idea what's going on. And I'm really, really excited about that. My only worry is that some of these fantasy series get halfway through their story and then get canceled. And I'm worried about that. Because this seems like a story that would not handle that well.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this series will have too much of an issue keeping viewership, at least. Just because of the sheer amount of people that talk about the books.
Yeah.
And every one of them I have talked to has literally just been, it's about damn time.
Yeah.
And just
absolutely
losing their minds.
It is Brandon Sanderson.
This looks
Brandon
so
Sanderson.
big budget.
It does, absolutely. Not as big budget as The Last of Us for some reason, but a very, very big budget. Written by Brandon Sanderson, one of Kat's favorite.
Finished by Brandon Sanderson.
Oh,
Robert
is that the one that
Jordan
started
started it, and then he died in 2007 for the final volume of the series. But he had extensive notes, so Brandon Sanderson was a big fan. I don't read a lot of high fantasy. Like, I like the stories. I find it hard to just engage in books that long. Just something with my ADD. But I very much like the authors. Brandon Sanderson does an incredible lecture series on storytelling that I have enjoyed and implemented some of the aspects, not as well as he does into D&D, but he knows a lot about the structure of a story that includes fantasy elements. I've been impressed with his lectures.
I'm interested.
I'm interested.
I mean, for sure.
It
watch
looks,
it.
it looks, like I said,
Day one.
yeah, I'm in.
Also, there's a lot of people that I recognize and a lot of people that I don't, which makes me very excited that it's not just based on one thing.
Okay, I'm sold. So,
It's likely to get canceled before they
Do we have a
finish the
date?
whole thing, because it's a 12-book
so-
series.
I want to say that we did, but I don't remember.
It's probably the end of that trailer.
Oh yeah. I have a habit of.
Tell you what, we can come back around to the date. I did want to cover something. Like I said, we will be at Reapercon this weekend. It is September 2nd through the 5th at Embassy Suites, the Denton Convention Center in Denton, Texas. A couple reminders, we did say masks are mandatory. All Reaper Miniatures employees working the floor are fully vaccinated, by the way.
Good.
So please take that into account. You can purchase tickets online still. And at the door, VIP passes. I mean, tickets can run you anywhere from like a 4-day VIP pass, $75, just a 1-day admission of $15, which, trust me, is not a lot for what you're getting out of Reapercon.
Absolutely.
Also, I really want to attend some of the painting classes because I need to get better.
It should be good. It should be fun. It is a very different type of convention from most of the ones we do.
Oh,
It
kids under
is-
12 get in free too.
It's like lots of. It's tabletop gaming. It's very tabletop gaming oriented. There are games that go on. There are exhibits of games. There are many painting classes. They do have an extra cost associated with them frequently.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
There
you
are
just want to give
painters
people a
just
heads up.
sitting there painting minis.
Oh, yeah, and
Chill.
then there's usually some good swag bags, and there's maybe Reaper tours. I don't know if they're going to do that this year.
Yeah,
I
I was
really-
about to say.
yeah.
I don't know. I knew they have a new factory. Like I think they've moved locations since the last time, or since the last Reapercon.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And while I would be very excited to tour the new location and see how they've utilized the new space, I understand if they do not want to do that to keep their employees safe.
So they're not even that same location they were at. I didn't know they
But
were.
last
I'm not
time-
quite certain.
We'll look at it.
They might do it Saturday, Sunday. We don't know. They might do it Saturday, Sunday, though, because they don't necessarily have a lot of employees there Saturday, Sunday. Maybe.
You know,
Who
I said a
knows?
1-day admission was $15, but a 4-day pass, just the basic one, is $25.
Yeah.
Wow.
Find me a con where you can go to 4 days for $25.
Seriously.
I have not been to one that cheap
It's been
since
a
I
while.
was 13. We're not going to go into
So
how old I
she
am
was
right now.
nearly a babe.
And you're like 17 now, so
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
totally.
been it hasn't been that long.
My ass. Anyway. Oh,
Do
I'm
we
sorry.
want to start talking about real ages?
Your ass is
I'm
14
old.
years old.
I fully accept I'm old enough to be. Hey. Put an eye out.
Put
Can't
one
put
in.
an eye out with.
It's a sharpened
You
pencil.
poke it in.
Actually, I'm not going to do that. I do have a tendency to accidentally hit people in the eye with things, so I'm just
Thank
going to
you.
put that down.
Actually, same.
Anyway, yes, Reapercon this weekend. Good fun, and I honestly like just even seeing some of the miniatures that people paint and put
And
out
if
for
you have
competition.
extra cash, bring it because dice and minis
Seriously,
and dice
come
and
with
minis
money
and
in
dice
your
and
pocket.
minis and terrain and
Also, a lot of
dice
and
independent
And
game makers
journals.
as well.
Independent game makers, independent authors as well.
Oh,
All
that's,
kinds
oh
of-
yes, yeah, we got.
I
Some, we
like
got
how
some
they
books
feature
on
other
I got one book,
miniature
Yeah.
like vendors too.
Mhm.
Like that's where I bought the chibi superhero chibi mini that I use.
there. What we're trying to tell you, it's a great experience, and we certainly are going at least one day.
If
So
if y'all have seen the sticker that I keep on the back of my computer while we play D&D that says "Crit Fast, Die Last," I got that at Reapercon.
nice.
I got one that says Run D&D that's on my. It's like Run D&C. Or
Yeah.
Ayo.
Anyway, that's it for us. We will see you guys next week. Make sure you like this video, subscribe. Please go over to our sister channel, Alternate Heads, and subscribe over there. We do a lot of toy content on there. Also, twitch.tv/SCNS Live for our D&D games. And, of course, a lot of this content is posted on supercoolnerdshow.com. Go over there and visit. If you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX.
Find me on Twitter and Instagram at BetterCat. You can also find me at, Reapercon this weekend. If you see us and you know us, come say hi.
Hi. Oh, then. Twitter and Instagram, The Good Cast. I'm so sorry.
She walks over to my bedroom from her bedroom and she's like, you said if I knew you to
said
say
if I
hi.
knew you to say hi.
I know you. We live
I'm
together.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please.
Where can they find you?
Wait till we're off camera, man. This is going to be awesome.
Okay, this is a train wreck. Go ahead. You can find her at the Good Cast.
You can find
That's so
me.
excited.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Corodono Art for all things that are art related. If you want to follow me in my Final Fantasy adventures, you can follow me at chaotic_noodle.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for us. We'll see you next week. And as we always say, keep on nerding.